So agriculture in India is completely unorganized, fragmented, and there are so many intermediaries in between. That's why there is so much of information asymmetry. The entire supply chain, because of so many intermediaries and everyone trying to optimize for their own benefits, the link between farmer and consumer is not there today. India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables across the globe. Out of 300 million tons of output every year, only 3% gets processed in the country. If you look at some of these numbers, they are much higher. China processes 25% of FNV, USA processes 60% on FNV. It's not that we don't have enough capacities to process this FNV. The only thing is that connecting the farmers to the processors is something which is missing. So if we are able to procure the products from farmers during the season, right price, and process it, we will be able to give farmers the fair share of their efforts. MSME food processors, if you look at it, there are two major problems. One is the capacity underutilization, and second is the working capital challenge that they face. Now, capacity utilization, there are broadly two reasons which are contributing to capacity underutilization. One is that the MSME food processors, because these are proprietorship firms, they don't have time, bandwidth, and capability to find out buyers, large buyers in domestic and international markets. The other problem is that the plants and operations of these food processors, MSME food processors, are not compliant to the requirements of these large buyers. Both these problems result in capacity underutilization, and they anyways face this working capital challenge. So all of these factors put together actually result these processors to get into a vicious cycle of inefficiencies where they are not able to go beyond and do more business than what they are able to do today. So Agrizy is not just breaking this inefficiency cycle, but also trying to revolutionize this entire food processing industry. All our products and solutions are actually catered towards these food processors. We are helping them with 4 different ways. The first one is actually helping them procure the raw material, consistent quality, right prices. We help them make their plants more globally compliant with standardized operations and quality certifications. We have a large sales and marketing team which is getting demand from large buyers, and this entire demand is actually being passed on to this MSME food processors. With this consistent demand, their capacity utilization increases significantly. And the last way we are trying to help them is getting or enabling them to get working capital from formal lenders at best possible interest rates.
After Agrizy's involvement with our business, it helped a lot in terms of gaining efficiencies, and their capital investment helps us to pay immediately to the farmers, etc. That's how the quality team, the professionals, they are involved to improve our quality practices, standards, and all. That's how we can also produce a very good quality product at the end.
If we can link what farmers are growing and what consumers want through an efficient supply chain as well as properly utilized food processors, we can solve for 3 major problems. First one is food wastage, the second one is food safety, right? And the third one is right prices for the consumers. Hi, how are you?
Fine, sir.
How are you, sir?
When you go to the ground, then you will come to know about the real problem. You have thought about some problem that may be correct, that may not be correct. But once you enter into a ground, you will understand the integrity, you will understand the supply chains and etc. then you can focus on the real problems. In our case, we thought that demand is the real problem, but actually when we have gone to the ground, we understand that supply, timely delivery and the quality product was the real problem. Thereafter, we have changed our thesis and concentrated on the supply side instead of the demand side.
So let me show you something. These are the countries where we have dispatched our goods. So, right from our neighboring countries, Nepal, Bangladesh, we also shipped to China. We also shipped our goods to different countries in Europe like Poland and Netherlands. Also one of the African countries, which is Algeria. So startups are known for doing a lot of experiments, a lot of iterations, right? For every iteration you have to wait for a long time because this is a seasonal business. Either you have to wait for a season which is 6 months or just wait for another year. So that's why every iteration or any new experiment that you are doing, it will not give you results immediately. And that's why, at least for agritech startup founders, it's not a fancy job. It takes a lot of efforts, takes a lot of perseverance to keep doing what you're doing.
The future of the food processing industry is bright in India, so a lot of younger generation can jump in and they can work on this sector, and that's how they minimize the food waste and they can make a profit out of it.
The fun is in trying to organize something unorganized, trying to solve for some of the most difficult problems, right? One thing that we keep saying is, Agri is so difficult and so inefficient that everything you touch turns into gold.